Look, obviously there are concerns that need to be addressed, which is why the health experts are coming together today. And what has made the COVID response from New South Wales and Australia so strong to date is because of our reliance on the health advice. And all of us want to make sure we have the best advice available. So I understand from the Prime Minister's comments today that the experts are meeting today. We've got National Cabinet tomorrow, but I'm looking forward to see what the experts say, and looking forward to New South Wales doing what we can to support our citizens in the next months ahead. I'll just get a new question. Yeah, sorry.
Just on National Cabinet, what will you be raising at tomorrow's meeting?
Oh, we never disclose really. I mean, the agenda's already there. But, you know, New South Wales has always been very forthright in the way in which we present our views, and certainly in relation to how we think internal borders should be acting or be managed. I think it's important for us to make sure at this stage of the response to COVID that we do everything we can to make sure that our response is global best practice. And that's certainly something important to me. Our citizens need to know that we're working hard together to get the best outcomes for them. And I'm really keen to have us back to resuming international travel, to having restrictions eased, and that's only possible if we roll out the vaccine successfully.
Half of all aged care centres have received vaccinations. Are you concerned by this? And should the states take on this job instead of
Well, as I've said previously, that's the specific responsibility of the Commonwealth, and I understand the federal government's already issued contracts for that to happen, so it would be very unusual and difficult for us to intervene. But that's why yesterday the New South Wales government announced we can't control the supply of the vaccine, we can't control what vaccine we get, but what we can control is supporting getting the doses out to the community, which is why we're establishing 100 hubs around New South Wales. We've already got 80 of them up and running. And plus that mass hub will be available at Homebush as well. But all of this depends on us having a supply of the vaccine. And that's, you know, in a pandemic, there are things you can control and things you can't. And as the Premier and Leader of New South Wales, our team in New South Wales is always focused on the things that we can control and things that, can I just finish the sentence, and things that we can do, which is why we've stepped up on our ability to get doses out the door. So if there's suddenly an extra supply we didn't know about, we're getting of a vaccine, of course we'll get that out the door.
We'll leave that there. That is on our COVID channel 603 if you want to keep watching. Gladys Berejiklian, of course, talking ahead of National Cabinet. Will be an interesting one tomorrow, given the state's putting firmly on the agenda now these mass evacuation centres. The government's still saying supply the issue for now, but well, 1.5 million doses will be online within the next 8 days, so that should sort that part out, at least in the short